Hello, this is Bojan Savic here at the Mercedes-Benz of Scottsdale. I'm here gonna tell you a little bit about the 2023 Mercedes-AMG GLE 63 S Coupe Edition 55. That is one long name for the vehicle, right? Well, some of you are already familiar, some of you are not, so just to clarify some of the things. Edition 55. So AMG celebrates the 55 years of its existence in the 2023. So it started back in the 1967 with the two guys started putting the cars together, working for a Mercedes, and after work they would then start enhancing them and making them not better but faster. Got fast forward, we are AMG into the Formula One racing. The AMG is making some super cool cars that go really, really fast. So we're celebrating this 51st anniversary with 55 GLE 63 S Coupes, and with a couple of other models. We have the GLE 63 regular SUV and as well as CLA 45. There's a couple of models that are carrying that badge of the Edition 55 or celebrating the 55th anniversary. So more in the details as far as on the car. The vehicle is finished in obsidian black metallic as far as on the exterior. Well, as you all know, all the vehicles are really well equipped. AMG A-Wing, it's right pronounced on the back, multi-beam LED headlights. It can be noticed right away. The vehicle does have the driver assist package. So you would notice you have the two cameras over there in the front together with a short, medium, and long-term radar placed right under behind this star. And this, in case that you're really cold weather, does have the defrosting capabilities. So this radar is capable to identify the objects, and it can identify the objects up to the 600 feet in the front. Underneath this is the heart of this particular motor, and I'll open the engine so we can see who built this particular motor. V8 producing 603 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. Now, we can all agree that is a lot. And this vehicle is for Medic Plus, all-wheel drive. That's where the send the power. It will be distributed by our TCT torque converter transmission, AMG Speed Shift torque converter transmission. Tom Orossi is built this motor. Tom, thank you very much for producing us this beautiful motor that again produces 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. That's getting distributed by the all-wheel drive system for Medic Plus to the all four wheels. And this is based, everything is based upon the performance. Now, what are the other important parts? We're looking at the beautiful vehicle with the beautiful silhouette and the stance. Yes, if we go here, actually, let me get on this side. Yes, we do have the 22-inch AMG cross-spoke tantalum wheels that will have the badging here. It will say Edition 55, unique color for the AMG brake calipers. Of course, you got to stop this beast. With the great power comes the great responsibility. So I do understand that acceleration is a lot more fun than the stopping, but we must have these massive brakes with the perforated rotors that are inside. They're look super cool, but also can help with the braking, because it will cool the rotor so it can maintain the braking power. You will not have as much brake fade. We hope the vehicle will come as you would expect it with the 360 camera or the parking assist. On the side you will have this AMG logo. So what does the AMG logo consist of? Yes, we can see a little bit right here. You have the orchard farms on it. They were growing apples at Felterbach. It's not really spelled out. And then you have here a piston. That's the crest of the AMG Feltenbach is the quarter of AMG. That's where all this magic happens as far as on the acceleration. Of course, this particular vehicle is finished as a coupe. Everything is painted here as far as on the wells, but we'll go into that in the details. Now, I would like to call you to join me in the interior of this GLE 63 S Coupe. I can tell you more about this beautiful interior. Interior of this 2023 Mercedes-AMG GLE 63 S Coupe Edition 55. Again, this long name. What can we notice? What can we see? Well, one of the first things that grabs my attention is this matte finish of the carbon fiber. That's unique basically for this vehicle. On the steering wheel right here, because it's AMG steering wheel with mark for 12, of course, everything is wrapped in Alcantara. Does have the 55 AMG. Again, for those of you that don't know, they build only 55 of these cars in the AMG GLE 63 S Coupe. So there's this one and 54 more. Does have the AMG crest again right here on the where you rest your palm if you would like to control everything that's in your infotainment right here. But let me start from this. Well, actually, addressing some of the more important part. Interior is finished with the AMG Classic Red / Black Napa exclusive leather interior that does have on the door some of the red elements. Mostly everything is in black. Does have the red stitching that it's on the doors, in the front part of the dash, rear part of the dash also, and it goes all the way on the seat. Seat is obviously, as you can see, on the two-tone. Does have the Alcantara elements. AMG crest imprinted right here in the leather in the back headrest. So, needless to say, super good looking interior. So obviously we have the AMG display, one for the instrument cluster right here in front of the driver that you can change several displays depending what do you like, what do you please at the moment, or you can have anywhere from classic, sport, super sport, understated. We're gonna put this on the classic. It will give you the different display. Central infotainment system. Of course, just like on the regular GLE 63 Coupe, the 4 vents in the middle, 2 on the side, all the controls of the rack, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. Opening of the center console, you do have the wireless charging, also the connector for the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto. You get the head right here, heated, cooled cup holders, of course. Then you're gonna have the settings far as on the AMG specific settings. You can drive this vehicle as automatic, but also as a manual. You can disconnect the electronic stability program or lower its settings. You can raise the vehicle, lower the vehicle. You can adjust the suspension. And yes, most exciting one is you can have the exhaust louder or quieter, depend how you feel at that moment in the day. Same settings you do have here is dynamic select, or we call this here AMG drive unit. You have this button that you can change from comfort to sport, sport plus, and into race mode. How do you want to set up of this vehicle? And here on the left, we do have, again, settings for the exhaust. And if you want to shut down this part that very few of you will like, when the engine, when you come to the full stop, when it shuts down the motor in order to save fuel. Not a very popular option with the consumer. Also, some of the things, well, it does have the heads-up display that comes with this AMG Edition 55 package. I want to mention does have the Alcantara roof, so the B-pillar, A-pillar, B-pillar, and everything else is Alcantara roof. You do have the 64 color ambient lighting that's all controlled by our artificial system. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Change ambient color to blue.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Super cool at night. I think this interior looks a lot better at night than during the day. But again, during the day, you can see more of the beauty of the interior. Again, AMG sport seats, and you do have quite a generous space here in the back if you're going to use this AMG Edition 55 as your daily drive, as your daily computer. So let me just show you how much space you have in the back. As far as here on the back seat, I just wanted to mention and show you I'm height 6 foot even, and I can sit comfortably. As far as on the back, I do have the air conditioning vents. They're right here. You do have the power outlets, USB-C, beautiful lighting, Burmester speakers, and you can fold this down where you have the, of course, the cup holders, and this can be folded down in case that you would need the more trunk in the back. Again, I'm a 6 foot even, so you can see I do have the plenty of the space and plenty of the room in the back. So this is a 5-passenger vehicle. Let me now show you the trunk space. Okay, we're on the tail end of this AMG 2023 GLE 63 S Coupe. So told you that I'm going to show you the back. I just want to point out again the rear spoiler, LED 2-piece taillights that you have. Of course, this vehicle has a night package, so even in this case, even the exhaust tips with the AMG subscription insignia, it's right here in the back. Rear diffuser, it's all far as in the back. Now with the karate move, we can see the trunk of this vehicle. Mentioned, do have the privacy cover that's right here, but it can be moved. This part right here for you that are basically saving this as a collector piece does come with the AMG GLE 63 S Coupe own cover. If you're gonna use that, it's all beautiful right here. This fits this vehicle perfectly. Does have the Edition 55 floor mats, obviously. I want to point out one more particular thing about this vehicle. It's all the way here. If we open this tail, it does have the AMG cap on. So this is the first time I see that we have the specific unique AMG cap. Some of the other important information that are on our gas lid. And of course, you do have a little bit more storage space that's right here back. Actually, we do give you a spare tire. You can see that needs to be inflated, and the compressor is right here. If you would like to lower the rear part of this vehicle, basically you just press the button. It will lower just the rear end. As you can see, it's going down very slowly, but it's going down. So for easier loading or unloading, and to put this back, or basically if you got your hands full, you make the foot movement and magically we can close this Edition. How much is the vehicle list for? Well, $163,055 for this Edition 55. Thank you very much for watching the video about this 2023 Mercedes-AMG GLE 63 S Coupe Edition 55. My name is Bojan Savic, and I'll see you in the next video.